Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Dr. Stone. We're on season 3, episode 17 now, which is called Joker. I think they're referring to Magma, and if they're not, they should. Anyways, last episode we have kicked off our plan B here because things are kind of going chaotically out of control since their attempt at taking the petrification device. We got one team that's back at the inner sanctum that's trying to put together the master statue so that they can use it to expose Ibarra, and Ibarra has set the boat a sail, and he has grabbed a bunch of people from the village so that he can check them one by one and see if he can figure out where the imposters are, and if he can't figure them out where they are, then he plans on petrifying the entire island. So they're on a clock basically to figure out a way to stop Ibarra before they all end up being stoned this time. So let's jump into the episode and figure out what's gonna go down. But before we do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop episodes, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. All right, they're out of the way. Let's get into the episode right now. Why is she the only one rowing? With all these grown-ass men. You're right, but there was only 9 of you before. Trip him! Her face. I hope she grabs that. She just needs to take the gun. Let Magma continue to throw himself in to get his ass whooped. Yep. How many has he just shot? You're breaking the ship, you dumbass! Pick that up immediately. Yeah, that idiot already fired like 18 of them. Not Nani. Pretty! Shh, why would you scream that? Y'all really can't see who that is? No. Well, now the gun's waterlogged. Yo, this is not the time for a fair fight. Why weren't you jumping in there, Mr. Soldier Woman? You hit a girl. That door was useless. I mean, I can't even be mad about this annoying speech because he really did outsmart y'all. Sorry, Senku. Did he just destroy the ship? Oh, the prisoners. I forgot. Again, calm down, bro. I mean, I don't think he had much of a choice. It was that or death. Let's hope he's not weak and convenient in that little box for a while. You don't need. Oh, maybe he does use a spear. That's what I'm saying. We don't even know if he might just decide to join these dudes. See? You need to get rid of that man. He's a problem. Yep. Teki. Yep, that's the situation. Yes, keep stroking it to all this power you have. Ibarra is a problem, hey? It's a whole new ballgame when you deal with somebody who's not only smart and manipulative, but has that experience. Moz is a lot smarter than he looks. Well, she's not here, is she? Come on! You were like a fangirl. Just pretend it was your favorite idol. Right? Just turn it on. Isn't that what you want to do? We gave this man, we woke him up so that we could have a monologue? This thin-eyed kid. He's arrogant enough to want it. Period, you see? Okay, well, you lost me. Again, like, can you just drown me now? Because I can't. Quickly. Bro, you had no choice. Right? Please get out of the way, bros. How much of that does he have in his pockets? He really doesn't like that. Right? Seagull, this is not the time. Okay, well, Hyoga has gotten a lot weaker. But I mean, he has been in a box for like, how long? You're just catching on. You don't give a damn. Yeah. Silly girl. Yeah, it's like, you're about to lose your position, girl. I mean, let me not be mad at her. She's not wrong to trust someone that she's known her whole life. It's him for being a manipulator. What is with your hair, girl? Oh, so she got some good lessons from the old man. So he knew about the petrification beam too. This man don't care. Does everyone have good enough eyesight to see that? I feel like my girl Kohaku's the only one who can see that. Yeah, he's gonna tell you the truth now.
1 meter, 1 second.
Oh, so it can. I didn't realize it could take commands. Sorry, you got manipulated. That sucks for you.
Huh?
That was a gun, girl. Oh! I forgot she was in the water. How did it still work? It was wet, but anyway. Do you think he knows what Miranda rights are? Just shoot him! But again, they can't kill him or whatever. Being bad? Why would you announce that? Swim! Swim away immediately! All right, guys. Well, we definitely had a Hail Mary there. I kind of forgot entirely that my man had fallen to the water. But, you know, I think that technically the gun should have stopped working because it's waterlogged. But you know what? It's okay. Plot armor. We're going to go with it. But anyway, this episode, basically, we see that Senku had to go to a last resort. Yeah, once they realized that there was going to be no defeating of Maz on a physical level and that he's kind of like stronger than all of their strongest warriors that they've got so far, Senku decided to take a calculated risk, I guess one could say. Well, it really wasn't that calculated, but anyway, he decided to revive, well, it's both Hyoga and I don't know if he just did Hyoga or he did Hyoga and I keep forgetting what the girl's name is, but they were both in there. So we didn't see her at all. So I don't know if he didn't revive her, but I think, no, it has to be both, right? Because Ibarra said that there was 2 people in there and then they were gone, I think. So anyway, Hyoga, not Hyoga. Hyoga's who he revived. I can't remember the name of the girl, but the gymnastics girl, anyway. But coming all the way back, that's what ended up happening. He revived Hyoga, knowing that there is a very strong possibility that Hyoga would decide to join their team just to get revenge, because he has been locked up for over a year now because of what went down. But anyway, Hyoga basically said his mind has not changed. He still thinks that the weak, in his opinion, need to stay petrified while only the strong are revived. And then he asked what Maz's thoughts were on this. Maz is not that smart, so he's like, whatever you want to hear, dude. I just don't want to fight you. I just need to get these people, out of my way. And anyways, Maz, that's when Hyoga realized, okay, this guy's actually not someone I can trust. So let me try and at least fight this guy or distract him long enough for these guys to get out. So that's what ends up happening. Senku, while they're fighting, Senku and the gang get out of that room and head onto the boats to get away from the ship. And then we see that, Hyoga basically says that once he realizes that the distractions worked long enough, he was like, okay, well, I guess he's really going to come at me for real now. And he just gets hit, which is very interesting to me because we know that Hyoga's not a slouch. We know he's actually ridiculously dangerous with that spear. Now, I said he has been locked up for over a year, and if he's been in a box that small, then that would definitely affect his muscle mass, etc. But I feel like he allowed himself to get hit. I'm not sure. I mean, I do know also he was not as strong as Tsukasa, right? That was the reason why he had to wait till Tsukasa was distracted and hurt him before he was even thinking of being able to go up against him. So maybe he isn't that strong. Maybe he's just more skilled than he is strong. But either way, I just don't believe that Maz is that good. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that Maz is that superior of a fighter. But anyway, we see that he's knocked out very quickly. So I don't know what that was all about. I mean, it was hard though. We saw that he made a dent in the ship, so it was not a light hit. But either way, for now, he's out for the count. But I feel like I said, his little acrobatic chick is around here somewhere. So I'm not sure where she is or what she's doing, but my guess is it's got to be making sure that they can't be captured again, right? Because as Senku said, everyone said it. They're like, Senku, it's really cute that you let Hyoga out to try to save us, but how are we going to get him back in the box? Because there's no way he's going to fall for the same trick twice. He knows how smart we are now. You're not going to be able to take him down. And Senku was kind of like, we got to deal with tomorrow's problems tomorrow. There's nothing we can do about that right now. So my guess is that the acrobatic chick is probably out doing something to ensure that they don't get recaptured, at least not right away. But I also don't see Hyoga wanting to stay on this island, right? Hyoga wants to stay with Senku because he knows Senku's got the revival fluid method. He needs his brains, basically. He needs Senku's brains, and that's why he wouldn't want to let Senku go per se. But I don't know. At this point, it's interesting that they brought him back into the mix. But either way, all of that is happening, and in the meantime, we got a little bit of background thanks to Kirisume's memory that she knows that the master is someone that she remembers as a child being a very kind person. And so when she figures out the plan that Ibara has to petrify the entirety of the island, knowing that there are still inhabitants on there, we see that she remembered that the master was like, apparently the master is fault. First of all, new information, the master knew about the beam. It looks like the beam was something that's been passed through in his family. So what the heck? Where did he get it? How did they find out about it? This is a bigger question, but I digress. And the fact that it takes commands, we're going to get that. But anyway, we find out that the master let her know that the petrification beam is something that needs to be respected, and it was never to be used at kind of recklessly, right? Because he said it's not just us we have to worry about. There's animals, there's there's all kinds of things that could be negatively affected by the beam, so we can't just use it without caution, basically. And so knowing that, she starts to question Ibara because she's like, this doesn't sound like something Ibara would ever order. And that's when the master's kind of like, that's when Ibara is like, okay, I can't use you anymore. You're starting to ask questions. And so that's when we learn as an audience that this thing takes vocal commands. He tells it 1 meter, 1 second. So that means the beam can be controlled. He hasn't told her that. Clearly, clearly Kirisume did not know that because she always tossed it and just let her rip. But he already knew you could control the distance. And it looks like maybe 1 meter is the smallest amount. It's hard to say. But either way, he did that. And unfortunately, poor Kirisume did not think it through and ran after it. And I don't know what she planned to do, honestly. Grab the petrification beam when you're being petrified, girl. Think about it. But anyway, she wasn't fast enough. She got petrified. She's on her way to the bottom of the ocean. And basically, he was going to go and try to execute his plan of having one of his soldiers take it to the middle of the island and basically set it off. But then we see that our resident corrupt cop, managed to come back to the surface, and he used one of his last 2 shots to shoot Ibara in the hand that he was holding the beam in. And of course, Ibara, who's never felt that kind of pain before, he let it go and it headed into the water. And thankfully, we see that it was caught. It was not lost, but it was caught by our cop. So he now has Medusa.
So the situation as we have it now is that the island team, they put the statue back together. They brought it to the edge of the island to show everybody. But as I said, they're too far away. There's too many people that are at different distances. They can't see the statue close enough to know yes or no that it actually is the master. But so they were like, they're going to need to see this up close. But anyway, they've done that, but they had to go away because they know that the master was sending people back. And then we see that Senku and the rest of the people that were in the room are just heading back to the island. They're like, we need to get back to the island. And he said, we have to get something that's going to win this for us. So I don't know what that thing is, but Senku obviously has another plan in mind. So that's where they're headed. And then, as I just mentioned, now we've got the cop who has the petrification beam. So that is a huge, huge blow to Ibarra's plans, because while he still has the men and he still has the ship, without the petrification beam, he's now lost the advantage of being able to take out multiple people at once. So now the biggest things that are remaining is that obviously there is still Maz. Maz just, like I said, he took Kyoga out very quickly, so he could very easily jump in the water and take the petrification beam back. We know that's what he wants. So I don't know what my guy's gonna do. He has one bullet left, which they made sure to let us know. And now that Ibarra has been effectively incapacitated, the question is, what does he use it for? He knows he can't easily shoot at Maz anymore because Maz has figured out that the gun is a problem. And I said that they lost the advantage of surprise a while ago. And yeah, we don't know where Senku and the group is headed either. So yeah, we're still not quite to the end of the season. So my guess is that I don't think that the cop is gonna be able to get that beam back just yet. I do think there's gonna still be a fight over the beam, but we'll have to see what happens. I'm excited to see how they're gonna wrap this up and what it is that Senku's so desperate to get back on the main island. But yeah, another good episode. And interestingly, I've noticed that even though we actually got to leave the main base this season, I've noticed that they did end up stalling out on this island for a long time. Like, I was really hoping we were gonna head to South America. I'm sorry, I had my hopes up, but I should have known better. But either way, I'm not disappointed with the fact that we've stuck here, because it's given us a lot of new wrinkles to this whole story. As I said, just like even around how did this island group have the petrification beam for so long? How did it get here? Why do they know how it works? How do they know about the vocal commands? How much does the master know, or did he know that maybe Ibarra didn't even know about this device and how it works and who created it? So they kept saying that they can't they can't revive Soyuz's dad, but I'm thinking maybe he can. But again, who knows? Maybe Soyuz knows, because we know Soyuz has got literally a photographic memory. Like, he remembers being a baby, for God's sake. So maybe he might remember something his father has told him about maybe where this information might lie, or maybe it's somehow... No, it would have to be that, because I was going to say maybe it's in the capsule, but it can't possibly be in there. So anyway, we'll have to see what that comes from or where that's all about. I'm hoping we're going to learn what that's all about, because I think that's something that Senku absolutely needs to know. So I don't know. Part of me is thinking maybe Soyuz's dad can be revived. Maybe they're wrong about that. I think they're going to have to try either way. But anyway, another good episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I will see you in the next one.